During our first meeting, George described a new vehicle. He said, take 2 rocket engines and strap a cockpit to it. I went on a research trip to the maintenance bay at San Francisco Airport, and I saw these giant jet engines hung from overhead cranes. And it was pretty amazing. I realized then that you don't have to do much. Just take it out to the desert, and there it is. It only took me 283 drawings to get there.
What makes a believable visual effect? In a world rich with CG, the answer might seem straightforward. However, for us, believability goes beyond technical skill. It's about harmoniously blending the digital and practical to create a world that feels both fantastical and grounded. The Worm riding scenes, while heavily reliant on CG, utilized practical elements like a full-scale worm section mounted on a gimbal. This blend of practical, plate photography, and digital was key to creating a visually cohesive and believable world.
Making sure that the face all around the mouth would be capable of delivering dialogue. The first area that we put all of our effort in, since there was going to have to be thousands of bugs, was to make them as light as possible.
It was important for me to bring back his raccoon roots in his character. So we came back to the eyes, we put a little bit less white in it, because the white made it more human to me and less animalistic. And then we studied, obviously, all the evolution of coming from baby raccoon, how it grows, and the different phases of manipulation that the high evolutionary is doing on his body as we go across the story, in all these different steps of the flashbacks.
For the AirPod sequence, my tech guys, they're like, we got to get a sync box and we got to get all this stuff. And we're sitting there going, we've shot screens for years and we've never had any issues. And I kid you not, by the time we were doing the LED screens for the AirPod sequence, by the end, we didn't even have a sync box.
This was a huge undertaking to be able to build out a futuristic Los Angeles and the look and world of Fallout. We knew we needed to build it all in 3D because we knew we were going to have to destroy it when the nukes went off.
The key thing you have to remember is that the physical technology itself, the LED walls, motion tracking, the real-time rendering, is great, but it isn't going to make a wonderful image for you unless you put the effort in making sure the content is up to scratch beforehand. One of the things that I really valued so much about this is the in-camera nature of it. The fact that you can see it for real in front of you, and you get photographic effects in the way that the lenses see the images that are very, very difficult to reproduce in post-production.
The best animators are the ones that can project some of their humanity into their characters, and I love the challenge of the nonverbal performances. I'm always really interested about the subtext. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Animation supervisors and animators have to be thinking about that, and you, the audience, will just feel it when they're up on the screen.
Terminator 2, my first project at ILM, was quite amazing. My first project ever working on anything on film in 1990, and coming to that company and suddenly being like, oh wow, this is super cool. And writing, the polyalloy shader, because I got into renderment shading language since I have a computer science degree, so I really sort of studied programming and then found that visual effects or graphics, making that with a computer was the most satisfying. I think had I stayed in software, I'd probably be long retired and multi-millionaire, having started a few companies in the 80s and 90s and sold them, but I went the creative route, which I don't regret.